What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are ya? Now, today is November the 11th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But we'll start off here in Washington, D.C. We will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor is going to be the Base of Ops vendor. Here we go.
What can I do for you?
And starting with the goalie. This is the named AR with perfect pressure point, and this one with headshot damage. Following that, we have a MP5 with headshot and eyeless, a police M4 with damage to targets out of cover. That is a good one. And then you could just change the talent to whatever it is you want. I would recommend Flatline, Streamline, Optimist, things like that. And finally, for the weapons, a PX4 Storm Type T with a breadbasket and armor damage roll. Going to the gear items, we have a Badger Tough backpack with armor regen, repair skills, and safeguard, and a Sokolov Concern chest piece with crit chance, skill damage, and tag team. Going to the mods, we have Headshot 7.5, Drone Duration 6.4, Turret Burn Damage 4.1, and Sticky Bomb Burn Duration 4%. Must-buys, things to look for from the Base of Ops vendor. I would say the Police M4. It has the bottom attribute that you want, and then just change the talent to whatever it is you want. Pretty cool. Now, because we are at the Base of Ops, we also have the Countdown vendor and Clan vendor. You can access these in New York if you want to, but here is the Countdown vendor. Starting with the Boomstick, this is the named shotgun with perfect pumped up, and this one with damage to targets out of cover. I mean, that's exactly what you want. So, I mean, if this is the shotty you're looking for, look no further. Following that, we have a Hermano. This is the named Brazos de Arquebus backpack with perfect overclock, and this one with hazard and armor regeneration. And finally, the safety distance. This is the named SIG MPX with armor damage and, max armor damage. My bad. Say it with respect. And perfect outsider. Not bad. But those are your three named items from the Countdown vendor. Running over to the Clan vendor, big shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. You can join our clan on all platforms, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. To join up, all you have to do is go to my Discord server and put your name in the tab for whatever platform it is you are on. Once we have spots available, I will send out a mass message and get you on board. Speaking of which, here is the clan vendor.
Nice to see you, Agent.
Starting with the Scalpel, this is the named marksman rifle with future perfection, and this one with armor damage. To the gear set items, we have a hardwired chest piece with skill damage, tipping scales holster with headshot, and aces and eights mask with status effects. Going to the high-end items, we have a classic M1A with optimal range and lucky shot, a M700 Carbon with magazine size Optimist, a Police UMP with health damage Thunderstrike, and finally a SOCOM MK16 with swap speed and flatline. Going to the gear items, we have China Light gloves with skill damage crit chance. You could easily change that crit chance off for status or skill haste, depending on your skill build. That is a good one to pick up. Providence mask with status and repair skills, and a Brazos chest piece with braced, health, and explosive resistance. Going to the mods, we have Disrupt Resistance 8.6, Crit Damage 10.5, Hive Damage 4.3, and Decoy Duration of 6.0. But must-buys, things to look for from the clan vendor, just the China Light gloves, to be honest. There's really nothing standing out for like a must-buy right now. But all right, that is it for the Base of Ops. Now let's travel west. We will double back east. Our first stop is going to be the campus settlement. Let's go. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, what are you waiting on? Hit that like, support the channel by subscribing, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. And don't forget, shout out where you're from. It's really cool to see where everyone's from. I mean, come on, South Kakalaki. I see you. I see you, Missouri. I see you. Or is it Misery? All right, here we are. Campus settlement, starting with the Quiet Roar. This is the named Stoner LAMG with crit chance and perfect overwhelm. Following that, we have a custom M44 with magazine size Sadist and a black market M60 with rate of fire and pressure point. Going to the gear items, we have a Hanayu mask with health and explosive resistance and a Cheska holster with crit hit damage and weapon handling. Going to the mods, we have skill duration 8.3, Chem Launcher +1 ammo, Hive health 7.7, Pulse skill haste 4.7, and Trap shock radius of 5.9. Must buys, things to look for from the campus. I mean, the Cheska's not bad, because if you have max crit, you could switch that over to weapon handling. I mean, that's not bad. Switch the change the weapon damage to an armor core if that's the case. Probably put this with like a maybe an SMG build. Not bad. Not bad. I like. Or you could just change the weapon handling to crit chance and go double crit. Not bad either. But that's it for the campus. Oop, yo, and we have a freaking concert here. Hold up. Let's go, dude. Secret concert. Secret concert. All right, sorry. I had to watch that concert. I'll put it in the shorts or something. We'll see. Moving on to our Dark Zone vendors, starting with a Dark Zone West. West. Let's go. And speaking of Dark Zone vendors, remember you have to have DZ resources as a currency for each of these vendors. So, to double check your resources, just go to your resources tab, and just above your keys, you will see your Dark Zone resources. For example, I have 868 out of 999. So if I need more DZ resources, I have to go into the Dark Zone and either open up the little blue boxes, or I have to pick up contaminated items, deconstruct them in my bag to DZ resources, and then extract them. But that's the only two ways of getting Dark Zone resources, just so you know. And speaking of which, here is our first Dark Zone vendor, Dark Zone West.
Hello there.
Oh, and we have Emperor's Guard knee pads, but with health. I don't know how I feel about this one. So the Emperor's Guard knee pads are the named Murakami knee pads with armor regeneration as an attribute. You would typically want to try to find the double armor regen roll, and then that way you could change the core attribute from skill tier to armor. But this one has health, so I really would not recommend this one. However, the YAAHL Gear gloves, though. Ooh, I like these gloves. Those are some mighty fine gloves. These are going to be must-buys. YAAHL Gear gloves right here with armor regeneration. Remember, the 3-piece bonus gives you pulse resistance, which is perfect for the Dark Zone and or conflict PvP, because people like to use the pulse either from flatline or spotter, or even the scanner pulse or tactician drone from the sharpshooter specialization. Either way, it helps keep them off of you, so a lot of people look forward to the YAAHL Gear whenever it comes out in these vendors. So again, Dark Zone West, come get the YAAHL Gear gloves. Armor regeneration and headshot. Not bad. You could change the headshot for whatever it is you want. You could go hazard, crit, whatever it is. Don't matter. However, going back to the top, we have a Marine Super 90 with rate of fire and breadbasket, a USC 45 ACP with magazine size and precision strike. The gear set items, we have Breaking Point gloves with hazard and Foundry Bulwark knee pads with hazard. Going to the high-end items, again, the YAAHL Gear gloves. Those are going to be a must-buy just because of how rare they are. And the Habsburg Guard knee pads with health and skill haste. Looking at the mods, we have Shock Resistance 8.3, Seeker Mind +1 Clusters, Shield Active Regeneration 4.3, Firefly Speed 8.1, and Decoy Health of 6.0. Now, must-buys, things to look for from DZ West. I would just say the YAAHL Gear gloves all day. All day. Now it's time to take our talents down south. to the deep south, DZ South. Ooh, boy, let's go down south. We going down south, boy. We going down south. Sorry, I apologize. All right, here we are. DZ South, big money, no whammies. Ooh, the gift. Oh, dude, this is a must buy. So the gift is the named Providence Defense backpack with perfect vigilance. And this one with crit hit damage, so you could easily change that weapon handling to crit chance and go double crit all day long. This is a really good pickup. Perfect vigilance makes it to where every time you take damage, you get all of that weapon damage back every 3 seconds. So it's really not bad. Not bad at all. Going to the other high-end items, we have the Grown Great. This is the named SMG with perfect stabilize, and this one with magazine size. Following that, we have the Military AKM with headshot and soft spot. And finally, the First Wave PF45 with crit chance and lucky shots. Going to the gear items, we have a Eclipse Protocol backpack with status. Not bad. Eclipse Protocol chest piece. This one with skill haste, though. A Habsburg Guard backpack with explosive resistance status and overclock. And finally, Habsburg Guard chest piece with headshot, explosive resistance, and efficient. Going to the mods, we have headshot 6.9, drone health 8.3, turret +1 extra mortar, and sticky bomb blast radius of 5.0. But the must buy is going to be the gift. It is the named Providence backpack with perfect vigilance. And you could easily make this one double crit, or just change the weapon damage to an armor core and put this on like a SMG build or something. Up to you. Don't matter. I'd probably use this for like a beam build with like a AR. Just go double crit. That'd be a lot of fun. But to each their own. All right, so before we go to DZ East, we will make our way to the castle settlement. Now for this settlement, we go to the descent entrance, just run up the stairs. That way we can pet the dog and then turn around and hit the vendor. So here's the dog. What up, Ransom? How you doing? Oh, just stretching. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Anyways, but here we are at the castle settlement, walking with the doggy. Let me know what you think about the companion news. It's only going to be for 1 season. And it will be tied to the modifiers. And we'll see. It's going to definitely change PvE for that season. But I'm wondering what they're going to be doing with the game afterwards. Or is that just their cue to, put in Division 2 survivors? We shall see. But all right, here we are. Castle settlement, starting with the Brutus. This is the named marksman rifle with perfectly behind you. And this one with rate of fire. To the high-end weapons, we have a SR1 with magazine-size killer and a Black Market RPK with health damage and breadbasket. Going to the gear items, we have a Habsburg Guard mask with hazard explosive resistance and Overlord holster with crit chance weapon handling. You can make that one double crit or crit chance headshot if you want. Going to the mods, we have skill haste 9.9, Chem Launcher and Snare Health 13.3, Hive Health 7.6, Pulse, Radius 8.8, and Trap Duration 6.0. Must buys, things to look for from the castle. I guess the Overlord holster, you could make double crit or go crit headshot, weapon handling headshot. There's a few different ways you can make this holster work. Up to you. But all right, let's finish up with the Dark Zone vendors. And that is with Dark Zone East. Now, the Dark Zone East Alpha checkpoint is the one you want to go to, not the main entrance. And yes, you will hit this double loading screen. Don't worry, it's all good. This is actually quicker than going to the main entrance and running all the way through the courtyard. So there you are. You do a nice little spawn in, you leave the checkpoint, and here's the vendor. DZ East. Starting with the Eckham's long stick. This is the named marksman rifle with perfect ranger. And this one with crit chance, but what I would do is change the crit chance to damage to targets at a cover. Following that, we have a SRS A1 with damage to armor in ranger. I mean, that's all right. That's not bad. And finally, for the weapons, a Negev with rate of fire and precision strike. Going to the gear items, we have Tipping Scales Mask with Headshot, Eclipse Protocol Holster with Status, Hanayu Mask with Headshot Explosive Resistance, and a Douglas and Harding Holster with Status and Headshot. Going to the mods, Status and Headshot on a pistol build would be disgusting. Just saying. Just saying. Looking at the mods, we have Repair Skills 16.6, Chem Launcher Duration 4.2, Hive Health 7.4, Pulse Health 15.0, and Trap Duration 6.1. Must buys things to look for from DZ East. You do have the Eckham's long stick, just change crit chance to damage to targets out of cover, and that's really about it. Our last stop in Washington, D.C. is going to be the theater. The theater. We are going to the theater. And then we will jump over to New York City and check out those vendors. But here we go. Big money, no whammies. Starting with the boomstick. This is the named shotgun with perfect pumped up, and this one with headshot damage. Following that, we have an ACS-12 with health damage and sledgehammer, a SIG 716 with stability killer. Going to the gear items, Alp Summit gloves with status skill damage and electric knee pads with skill damage and repair skills. Change the repair skills to status on these knee pads and you're good to go. Looking at the mods, we have Ensnare Resistance 8.6, Seeker Mine Damage 4.2, Shield Damage Bonus 4%, Firefly Skill Haste 5.9, and Decoy Duration 6.0. Must buys, things to look for from the theater. Probably the electric, and that's really about it. Health damage on an ACS-12, nah, no thank you. All right, and that is it for Washington, D.C. The rest of the vendors are going to be in New York City. We're going to start with Brooklyn, and then we'll finish up with Woney. So I hope you enjoy. Now, to get to the Brooklyn vendor, you do have to have the DLC, just so you know. And the DLC vendor, his name is Marcus at the Bridge Settlement. But you do have to run across the entire freaking settlement. Safe area. But good thing we have our nice little pistol. Run! Run. And there we go. All right, Marcus, here we go.
Want to make a trade?
Starting with the Black Market AKM, this one Accuracy and Eyeless, a Tactical M249 with crit hit damage unhinged, a Military MK17 with damage to targets at a cover Sadist, and a M1911 with headshot and pressure point. Going to the gear items, we have a Badger Tough backpack with armor regeneration, crit chance, tech support. That's not bad for like a shoddy build. And then put like opportunistic on there, maybe adrenaline rush if you're nasty. Not bad. Wyvern knee pads with repair skills, weapon handling, and Bellstone armory mask with crit chance and health. For this one, change the health to armor regeneration, and you're good to go. Looking at the mods, we have skill haste 10.3, crit hit damage 10.2, drone health 8.2, hive +4 stem charges, and decoy duration of 6.0. Must buys, things to look for from the good old Brooklyn vendor. The Badger Tough's not bad. The Bellstone Armory's not bad. Both of those. But that is it for Brooklyn. Now let's finish up in New York City. Good old Manhattan, right? Manhattan, Staten. Talking about all the boroughs. And then we go across to Brooklyn. Wish we had a Bronx. Go to the Bronx Zoo. You know how cool that'd be? I want to say the Bronx Zoo was like in quarantine in the first game, right? Or was that Central Park? I forget. Anyways, all right. Warlords of New York. Here is Marco. Starting off with the SOCOM MK16. This one, magazine size soft spot. A SRS-A1 with optimal range spike. A custom M870 with crit damage brazen. That's a good one. Change the bottom attribute to damage to targets out of cover. And finally, for the weapons, a Diceros with rate of fire and eyeless. Going to the gear items, we have a Petrov backpack, crit chance health calculated. Murakami gloves with skill damage headshot, and Sokolov concerned holster with skill damage and repair skills. Going to the mods, we have repair skills 16.5, crit hit damage at 10.0, drone plus 2 extra bombs, chem launcher burn strength 6.2, and decoy duration of 6.0. Now, must buys things to look for from Marco Polo. The custom M870 would be my pickup. Change that crit damage to damage to targets out of cover, and you're good to go. All right, and our last vendor of the video, Roy Benitez. But first, make sure you pet the dog, man. Pet the dog twice. The first interaction is just your typical interaction, but that second one, woo, man, that one's going to be random. He could bark at you. He could try to shake your hand. He could try to juke you. Let's see what he does. Oh, and I heard the cat in the background going crazy. Oh, he rolled over. Let's go. Let's go. All right, here we go. Roy Benitez.
What can I do for you?
Starting with the G36, this one crit damage and soft spot, a SR1 with reload speed perpetuation, the Thorn. This is the named Spaz 12 with perfect brazen. That's not a bad pickup. Change the headshot off for damage to targets out of cover. And finally, a tactical M1911 with headshot and bread basket. Going to the gear items, a Lingmo chest piece with weapon handling, armor regeneration, and trauma. Brazos gloves with max status and explosive resistance. And finally, a Providence holster with crit damage and armor regeneration. Going to the mods, we have Headshot 7.0, Pulse Resistance 8.4, Shield Holstered Regen 4.2, Hive Healing 4.5, and Decoy Duration 6.0. Must buys, things to look for from Roy Benitez here in Woney. The Thorn's a good pickup, and that Providence isn't bad. Change the weapon damage to an armor core. But that's it for your weekly vendor reset and must buys. We had some good pickups there. I mean, Perfect Vigilance isn't bad. We had some armor regeneration rolls in there, some shotties, a couple snipers. Not too shabby. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. I am Kamikazevondoom. If you found this helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. Finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from. But again, I'm Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. And peace out.